Welcome back to TyNance. Five of my companies came out with earnings last week, so let's go through them and I will show you an updated version of my portfolio. I did not make any adjustments, but this was a very good week in the stock market. First off, we have PayPal. I think PayPal posted really good earnings for a payment processor in such an uncertain economic environment. They reiterated guidance for 2025. They shown a lot more growth on the bottom line than on the top line as they are focusing on the bottom line right now, which enables them to buy back a lot of shares. So they bought back another 19 million shares this quarter, which is really nice to see. What is also nice to see is that they have grown active accounts by 2% and even 0.3% on a sequential basis. So it's good to see active accounts growing, and I hope that when tariff fears are over and there's a little bit more of a stable economic environment, they will also be able to grow their top line. Until then, I will just hold on to my 100 shares. The shares reacted flat to the earnings report, but I will just hold on to my 100 shares for now. Next up, we have SoFi Technologies. SoFi continues to grow on a top line basis and on a bottom line basis. They've shown top line revenue of 20% and delivered their highest revenue growth rate in 5 quarters. They've shown also EPS growth of 200% year over year, and they increased their financial guidance for 2025. So SoFi is doing a really good job, and if they keep this up and keep it going, then I have no remarks and I will just gladly hold on to my shares. Next up, we have Meta. Meta has shown another amazing quarter with revenue growth of 16%. On a constant currency basis, that would even be 19%. Their costs only went up by 9%, which enables them to generate a lot more growth in their bottom line. So net income went up 35% and EPS even 37%. So this is a really good income statement. And next to that, daily active people on average for March 2025 went up to 3.43 billion, which is an increase of 6% year over year. And that means that 3.43 billion people on average are using Meta's applications a day, which is crazy to see. Another thing I think is interesting to see from their highlights is that their headcount grew 11% year over year, which is not visible in their bottom line. So they were able to grow their bottom line by a high margin, which really shows the efficiency in this company that they're still working on. So I'm a happy shareholder of Meta, which is not my largest position anymore after a few years, which is now Palantir, but it's still my second largest, and it's not far away or far off from Palantir. But as it is still one of my biggest positions, I will not increase my position for now. Fiji Properties also came out with earnings. They shown AFFO growth of 5.6%, 4.3% on a per share basis, and they raised AFFO guidance to between $2.33 and $2.36. The stock didn't really show a big move after earnings. It went down by 1%, I believe. Fiji is performing well. The stock price is performing well this year, and I am continuing to hold on to the 100 shares I have in Fiji. Next up, we have Fubo. Fubo, their numbers were doing okay, but I'm quite disappointed in their guidance. Fubo projected 340 million to 350 million in revenue for the next quarter, which is representing a 10% year over year decline at the midpoint. At the same time, they expect 14% year over year decline at the midpoint in amount of paid subscribers for the biggest part of their business, which is North America. And they blame the drop of Televisa Univision content and the benefit of one-time sports events in the second quarter of 2024 for this guidance. I did not expect those things to have such an impact on the guidance of Fubo for next quarter, and I sincerely hope they can improve from now on in their numbers and they can return the company back to growth, or else I will have to re-evaluate my position. Now looking to my results for this week, the portfolio is almost back at $84,000. And if you look at the chart, it's quite crazy to see that even though there was a lot of panic and worries a few weeks ago, I'm almost back at the previous all-time high. And we are still missing deals. So, for example, there are still a lot of tensions between the US and China. So, if any deal come up, then I think we can go even higher. And as long as things don't get worse from here, as the numbers don't get worse, and we do not really end up in a bad recession, there's a chance that I will actually reach the 100K level this year. So let's see what happens. Like I said, no big changes to the portfolio this week. Palantir is still my biggest position, and they will be coming out with earnings tomorrow after close on Monday. So I will be looking for that. Hims and Hurst is climbing the ranks in the portfolio as they announced a partnership, a long-term partnership with Novo Nordisk, one of Europe's biggest companies, which is really nice to see. Other than that, there are no big changes to the portfolio. That's it for today. Note that this is not financial advice. You can find the full disclaimer in the description. Please like, subscribe, and thank you for watching.